Sanbonani football lovers, welcome to Sportibong Zikamalambong Ngosi. Please help me grow the channel by liking the video and subscribing to the channel if you haven't subscribed. Dango. As the Kaizer Chiefs made it easy for us as fans to be able to predict them, especially when it comes to recruitment. Now it is even easy for us to strategize and plan for the future, especially the next transfer window or the next season. No, let me say the next season, because the players I'm going to talk about, for them, they don't need a transfer window to be signed, but we can plan for them for the next season. But it's all up to Oguti. You feel like they can be a good addition to the club, or it's going to be just a waste of time and resources, and energy talking about them. But these following players, they are good players. It's just in Yoguti. For every advantage, there's a disadvantage. That's the problem about life. But let's not focus on that. Let me mention these players. Yes, we know Guti in the department whereby Guti in the defense. For now, I can say we are fairly balanced. There are no issues because we are able to maintain our defensive structures in such a way that our defensive structures, they are very solid. But planning for the future won't be that bad for us, because we know Guti Kunika, when the season ends, his contract ends as well for Kaizer Chiefs. So there was once I made a video about Thabo Mloisane of Stellenbosch. Now he is left with 1 year on his contract. It is expiring next year. So obviously planning for the future, it will be good for us, especially as the sporting directors do for the clubs, because their role is not only focused on continuity, but is also focused on being in control of the club and minimizing the risk, whereby they analyze every situation and then they say, okay, let me start preparing now and plan for the future. So the reason I'm talking about Tukunika is because he's doing good, and there's also Miguel on that center back pairing. Miguel is a foreigner, and this player I'm going to talk about is also a foreigner. We have three players that are occupying the foreign quota for now, and all their contracts are expiring 2027. It's Lebo, it's Miguel, and Flavio Silva. And then the fourth foreigner is Ontuare, because his contract is expiring 2028. He signed a long-term contract with the Chiefs. That's why even when they wanted to release him, they wanted to find a team that was going to pay the amount that they are willing to sell him with. So there's this player, is a free agent by now. His name is Olivier Ismael Torre, from Marumo Gallants to Stellenbosch FC, from Stellenbosch FC to Banias in the United Arab Emirates. So this player, after 3 months, parted ways with the Banias FC in the United Arab Emirates League. He's still young, 27 years of age. I think Kaizer Chiefs can capitalize on that, because they see Guti can give them the good years, especially the next 3 to 4 years, because we can see Guti, our team most of the time relies on buying players that are old, that have already reached their prime. So they can't give us more than what we think they can, but they will give us fairly performances. So for Torre, is a player that, remember, before he went to Banias, he was a talk of the town, whereby he was linked with the Kaizer Chiefs, and he was also linked with Mamelodi Sundowns, but he opted to go to the United Arab Emirates, whereby there's Mula, something a Khalisu Madala about the players of our Mamelodi Sundowns, but let's not talk about that. So this player, Olivier Torre, for his team in the United Arab Emirates, has just played 5 games. In these 5 games, they've lost all the 5 games. They are number 14 on the log with no win. So obviously, one would question, why would you prefer a player that is not even helpful to his team? But remember, he's not the entire team. He's just a player like the others. If the results aren't coming, they aren't coming. We can't blame Torre alone. But Torre will give us, I think, height in that back four, because at some point we could fail to deal with the long balls, we could fail to deal with the set pieces, and that it's a concern for us, because we haven't found that balance yet. We can be able to deal with any situation, but it's all about each and every game comes with its own surprises, and we have to be able to deal with that. But having someone that you can depend on, because there's also height in Kevin Msimang. Kevin Msimang is also tall, but in terms of playing, I think Utore is different, because Utore has a speed, he's quicker than Msimang, and Utore can score goals. Besides scoring goals, but the important factor, he's a good reader of the game, and for the fact that he was wanted by Chiefs, it's still that Kaizer Chiefs can also sign him because he's a free agent. And one thing that is good about being a free agent, you can sign anytime with the club of your choice, especially if that team feels like that they need your services. So for a team like Kaizer Chiefs, even though they can sign him, but not to use him now, but plan for him for the future, it would be a good decision. But the competition won't be easy because he's a good player, and there are teams that can use his experience, especially even Stellenbosch. If they feel the need, they can sign him back, because now they kind of struggling in that defense department, because they've tried to what can I say? They've tried to try different combinations, different pairing in that center back, because they will find they will use Henry and Umgaba. At some point they'll use Henry with Umloisan, but that pairing isn't effective because they keep on conceding and they keep on losing games, because they've lost key players. Especially the partnering of Umloisan and Toro was better last season, because you could see the reason why Umloisan was part of that contention of the defender of the season. It was because of that relationship. But for Kaizer Chiefs, for the fact that we have a foreign quota that already has been filled and we have one available, Kaizer Chiefs, or not Kaizer Chiefs, for any team, they won't sacrifice a foreign quota for a defensive player. Rather, they'll opt to find a player that is offensive, so that at least they know they have a boost going forward. Because defenders, yeah, we do have them, but it can happen with the team and the player that they have right now. They decide to terminate a contract, or decide maybe it is wanted by another team. So obviously, let me make an example with Miguel. Because Miguel, his contract is expiring 2027, and this season I won't blame him that much, because you can say this season is more calmer, composed, because Ox is doing a stellar of a job protecting the back four, so there's no necessity for him to accumulate unnecessary cuts. So that's why this one is a bit like difficult, even though I think it can be a good addition, but the decisions that need to be made and the steps that need to be considered in trying to make this recruitment a success, I think it will be difficult, because we do have players, and those players of us, we have to believe in them. But this was just an opinion of mine. I don't know what do you think about that, because it is good to plan early, but now we have to also think of the risk, think of the positives, and also of the negatives. So I don't know, I'll leave it to you in the comment section. What do you think about this addition? Do you think with Oliver Torre can be a good addition as a free agent that he is? Because we are the master of signing free agents, and signing free agents at some point is not a bad thing, but it's all about signing a player that can still offer you much not a player that can add numbers to a club. So let's move to another player. Another player also is a free agent. He's playing defensive midfield. He goes by the name of Rivaldo Godze. Bambiza ngusystem kapamazi because everything revolves around him. Where he was playing Mamelodi Sundowns. I know Guti, you will complain Guti is another Mamelodi Sundowns reject, but it's an opinion. Now you can have yours because this player surely he's a ball playing DM. The thing that they are always crying with the Ox doesn't know how to, but it's not about that. Ox is doing his job and is doing it superb. But another kind of a variation and dynamic in terms of playing that game, because I will blame players like Abo Busquets that introduce us to a ball playing DM. So now our minds are glued to that fact that we must always have a ball playing DM, even though the main primary duty is to protect the back four and bring stability in the middle of the park. That's what Ox is doing. But they always complain about the progression football that he lacks. But that's something that we'll look at when the season advances, because we see with he's gradually improving his game. And that's the Ox we've signed from Stellenbosch, not the one that we were complaining about, which he wins the ball, lose the ball, and also lose a ball again. But the important thing is that he does his primary duty effectively. So even at any workplace, when you do your job, it doesn't matter what is it that you are lacking, but the best thing is that you are doing what you are hired for. So he's doing it very well. You can't complain. But finding a player like Usystem Rivaldo Godze could be a good addition, but the concern are his injuries. His injuries are a concern because he had that one injury that he cannot get over with, because once it is shy for him. So that's another risk that we have to think about before thinking about making such a player, signing such a player to Kaizer Chiefs, because Yana, he's good when it comes to game reading, good passer of the ball, and can also be converted to a central defend into a center back position. But now we have many players there and good players also, which they all compete on their own, because we are fairly balanced. There's 3 on the right hand side and there's 2 on the left hand side. But the main thing is that he's a DM, and once we were linked with the player Ikena and Undlovu from his Cocoon. Still talking about his Cocoon, this player Rivaldo Godze was put on an assessment by his Cocoon United. They've given him the green light to use the facility to train with his Cocoon United. He's training alone so that he can get that match fitness, and then they'll decide after that will they sign him, or it was just Mike Makab spoke for him to use those facilities. Because if you get to realize Cocoon United have 3 defensive midfielders already, and they are not injured. They have especially Mkhize and Utabang Monare, including Miguel team. So you see he's gonna find it difficult compared to Chiefs. The Chiefs whereby we can say we might say we have 2, because Pele plays deep and can be used as a DM, but his main position is an 8. But the main DM that we have is Ox. It is Ox, so it was going to be direct competition. But now we have to consider the fact that he's an injury prone player, and an injury that is a long term, that is difficult for him to get over it, because he keeps on making surgeries for that injury. So I don't know, this is my opinion, please don't fight me, but let's engage down there in the comment section. below. So I don't know, what do you think? And then let's talk about this man you see on the screen, Cedric Kazi. This is one coach I'd say he is responsible for the improvement of Nkosiphihle Ngcobo and Ox Mthetho, because he finds it easy for him to make time so that he can pay a close attention to these players, help them grow in their game, whereby they have to level up in their game. Because a player like Ngcobo in the previous seasons, we were crying about one thing, that he's lazy, but he's got the talent. But now you can see what he's trying to come out of his shell. He's trying by all means to grow, to be physical, whereby he challenges kuma concessions. So it shows what this man is doing a good job, even though things are not going the way we want. Now we are not winning games, but these are kind of coaches that are responsible for players' improvement. These are important coaches to any club, because they help the team and the players to grow in such a way that they found it, they see it as if it is a need for them to add more than their expertise when it comes to coaching, but also help in terms of giving extra lessons, extra training sessions to players so that they can improve, because it is important to do so, because a player cannot be the kind of a player that you prefer, but with improvement can come as close as being the player that you might think would give him time, he will settle, and then he will give you what you want. This is what Ox is doing. So a player like Nkosiphihle Ngcobo is another player that his growth needs to be closely watched, because it was always said that he's a player that I'd say it is a player that every season they say that he's a promising player, but we need him now to become an established player, a player we know that we're gonna rely on, because we thought he was a 10, but now it seems like he's more better playing as a number 8 compared to a number 10. So you can see with Cedric Kazi is doing a good job in trying to give these players a specialist, because it is not these two only, but there are others. It's just that these two are the ones I've managed to pick out. Okay, he's making individual trainings, because before giving these two, he was always with the Ox, trying to give him those lessons to try and improve him. But now we can see with his job is now visible. We can see that Ox is improving. He's improving. So it is something that I can say it is good to see, especially from a coach making time for the player so that he can give them extra lessons so that they can be able to improve themselves, as they've tried before with Toranga Chivaviro, but things couldn't go the way they wanted. But I don't know, what do you think about all these three things I've talked about? These two players that are free agents that can be signed anytime if Kaizer Chiefs feels the need, and how this coach has a positive impact in our players, even though things are not going as we want, seeing the team winning, but he's doing a good job and trying to improve our players. So I don't know, what do you think? Tell me in the comment section. Please don't forget to like on the video after watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel if you find the content I'm making for you positive. Thank you very much. Tango.